You know guys, after my last video yesterday where I completely dismantled every single Call of Duty fanboy's logic as it pertains to the PlayStation and Xbox charts for Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty HQ, I realized something. There is truly no getting through to any Call of Duty fanboy if you just so happen to be critical about Call of Duty in any way, shape, or form, which is why today's video exists. You see, I heard about these changes that Treyarch was doing with Black Ops 7 going into the launch, and I've seen pretty much nothing but positivity for it, and everybody here probably recognizes the Scatmaster as a rage baiter and whatnot, but upon seeing some of these changes, I'm here to tell you right now, the changes, they're good. Yeah, no, seriously, they're good. But unfortunately, you read the title of the video, right? Treyarch, fucking suck me dry, and the Call of Duty fanboys out there, yeah, you guys too. But before we get into it, guys, I'm gonna need you to bitch slap the like button right now and subscribe if you're new. Hashtag F7, we're on the way to 70,000 subscribers. At 65K, we're dropping a free copy of Battlefield 6. This Friday, we are streaming and giving another copy away of Battlefield 6. So make sure you're there, but without further ado, guys, let's get into these changes coming out from Treyarch and why, even though I still feel these are positive changes, why I still have some discontent towards Treyarch, towards the Call of Duty community, and of course towards Black Ops 7. And we're gonna start this off with the main tweet that comes out from Treyarch where they say, "We've got some big updates to multiplayer coming out of the Black Ops 7 beta in our latest dev talk. ADS and dexterity changes, aim assist adjustments, louder footsteps, new slide tuning, perk distribution updates, new perk combinations, faster mantle speeds, and more to come." And simply put, just looking at the text, these genuinely do sound very good. And before we get into the actual clips, let me just remind you guys that the reason we are getting some of these changes are because of three things. Number one, the pre-ordering was low, and that's probably due to number two, which is the fact that people have just been talking shit, man. Like, everybody has been smoking the dog shit out of Call of Duty, Activision, Black Ops 7, and Treyarch. And content creators like myself and several other people online, they don't even need to have channels. We've been pushing for people to not pre-order. And then number three, of course, what you see in the background is Battlefield 6. We're not gonna pretend like competition doesn't push these games to improve, which is exactly why I'm going to be changing the gameplay from Battlefield 6 to Black Ops 7 right now. And look, I already know a lot of you guys are probably not very content because what you're seeing with Black Ops 7 probably isn't very appealing to you. Even though I have positive things to say about this game very shortly, you might think this game looks like shit. I've seen Call of Duty fanboys get upset that I'm posting Battlefield 6 content, talking about Call of Duty, and then I put Call of Duty background gameplay, and then their new thing is, "Oh, but you talk shit about the game, but you still play it, and you still post it in the background."
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We might whoop your ass you do that again.
Alrighty, Mr. Low IQ, Low Testosterone, I gotcha. The rest of this video is not going to have Black Ops 7, and it's also not going to have Battlefield 6. What is it going to have? Behold, ladies and gentlemen, we got some chained together gameplay in the background. Oh, you COD fans are fucking special. Anyways, let's get into some of these clips from Treyarch.
So the first topic I want to touch on is the whole aim down sights, ADS, while sliding, diving, wall jumping topic. The team looked at all of our options and ultimately landed on providing the most fluid experience by default. We've reintroduced the ability to aim down sights while sliding, diving, and wall jumping by default. You do not need to take the dexterity perk. Dexterity will still speed up those interactions, but you will not need dexterity perk to ADS while doing those actions.
And this first thing right now with dexterity essentially being available by default where you can ADS and reload and do all these other things while doing your movement, like your little wall jumps and sliding and jumping and all this other shit. This is actually a good change. This is something that I, as the Scatmaster, have been talking about in some of my Black Ops 7 reviews. These are things that I talked about while streaming. These are things that I've seen countless other people talk about online, and I'm glad that Treyarch has finally listened to the feedback that we've been giving them. Now, obviously, I'm a shit talker, so my way of getting my point across is different than somebody like, I don't know, Exclusive Disgrace or Mr. Tiana Trump's Hole, aka Dyke Dynamite. Regardless of how we say it, we're talking about the exact same shit. We wanted this change, and now it is finally here. Thanks to what? Yeah. thanks to feedback, thanks to motherfuckers talking shit, and certainly not thanks to the Call of Duty gooch-licking fanboys that wanted us to not talk shit about Call of Duty or Black Ops 7. You're fucking welcome for the change. This next thing that we're about to talk about is actually quite interesting because we're talking about the movement, which has essentially been the entire highlight and selling point of Black Ops 7, because of course, if we didn't have these crazy movement mechanics, what actual notable difference would you see between Black Ops 6 and 7? But thankfully for us, there's been a change to the sliding mechanic.
Okay, next I want to touch on where we've landed with our slide tuning. We have slowed down the slide speed a bit and we reduced the distance a bit, but I promise you it still feels great, it still feels fluid.
Now, the reason I find this to be interesting and actually think this is a positive for Black Ops 7 is because when I was playing the beta, I don't know about you guys, but I did feel like in combination with all the crazy bullshit that you can do on the map, something about the sprint times and the clunkiness of the wall jump just didn't mesh well speed-wise with the sliding mechanics. So the fact that they slowed it down just a little bit, I think this is actually going to smoothen out the speed and pacing of the game overall, which I don't have a complaint about this. This is actually quite nice. Man, I already know the Call of Duty fanboys and gooch slickers are just seething right now at the fact that I'm saying things are positive about the next COD game. Oh, you always find something to complain about. You're just a rage, but shut the fuck up, pussy. The next thing this guy's gonna talk about is the Mantle speed.
So we saw the feedback, we agree. Some of the mantles felt a little slow, so the team is going through every single mantle in the game to make sure that we have a consistent speed and fill, and everything feels fast and fluid.
And this is kind of a little bit of a complaint that I do have about the Black Ops 7 beta. Even though this is a good change, like speeding up the mantle speed because it felt clunky as shit in the beta, why did it take hundreds of thousands of us playing the beta to tell you that the mantling speed was clunky as shit? This seems like one of those common sense things, but fuck it, man. We're talking about Call of Duty and the Call of Duty community. Nothing really makes sense out here. Common sense is kind of a rarity over here, unfortunately. And that actually coincides perfectly with this next point, which is how they're changing up the perks and where they are in the slots and tiers going into Black Ops 7.
The next one is a meaty topic. Got a lot of feedback. We made some changes ahead of beta coming out of our blog. A lot of you had a lot of feedback on that, which we appreciate. We want to make sure that we are incentivizing and allowing for varied play styles. 2, we saw a lot of feedback on how stacked slot 1 was, so we've made some adjustments there. And then 3, there were some kind of niche underutilized perks, so we've actually made some combinations of perks to make those chunky decisions and choices.
And again, I have the exact same criticism as the previous point, which is, why did this take hundreds of thousands of people just shit-talking the perk system when, I don't know about you guys, but the fact that we're just switching up perks just to switch it up because we're using the exact same perks from the last game, so we need a way to make it look like there's some difference between BO6 and BO7, so we're just throwing some of our original perks from BO6 into different slots for BO7, which didn't mesh well whatsoever. Some of these tier classes were just abundantly overpowered as fuck. Some of them were literally useless. Again, it just seems like a lack of common sense. And I'm not sure if this speaks to the originality of the game, but the fact that this was somehow like a highlighted point that was different between BO6 and BO7 just didn't make any fucking sense to begin with. But with that being said, the fact that they went ahead and not only switched around some of the perks, but even combined perks was actually kind of a good touch. I do genuinely think this is good, and I do like how he's highlighting certain types of gameplay styles like melee only, or the people that want to walk around like a fucking juggernaut and have flak jacket and tac mask, people that want to move around faster on the map. Like, these perk selections that they have now actually make a lot more sense, and hopefully in the game they actually play well. Can we really count on that? I guess in today's times, probably not, but hopefully they actually turn out well, and it looks like it is somewhat promising, which is good. Now, the last thing that is discussed in this dev talk is rotational aim assist and aim assist in general for controller players.
Okay, next up, I want to touch on what we're doing with aim assist in Black Ops 7. Take a very close look at the strength of aim assist across all of those ranges. And then additionally, we are looking at rotational aim assist and the requirement for your right aim stick to be moving in the direction of your target.
Oh, hooray! Yay! Ice cream.
Guys, I think I'm saving the best for last because this was genuinely something that I did not expect happening. This is kind of on the same boat as reduced SBMM or no disbanding lobbies. This is a change that I didn't see Call of Duty ever making, because if you want the quick synopsis on why rotational aim assist and aim assist in general are as strong as they are, essentially this was buffed in combination with the excessive skill-based matchmaking back in MW 2019 to essentially give the shitters the impression that they're good so that they can purchase shit in the shop, alright? This was an entire money scheme from the beginning, and the fact that we don't have the regular skill-based matchmaking in this game that we've had for the last like 6 years, having something like rotational aim assist is nothing but excessive and at the same time unnecessary. So the fact that they've made this change, I actually think is fucking great. Now, with all that being said, you guys know who you're watching. You're watching the fucking Scat Master. Let me tell you why today's video is literally titled Treyarch Suck Me Dry or Suck My Balls or any variant of something similar to that. Guys, where was all the support and all of these dev talks for Black Ops 6? How many of you guys spent $60 to $70 for Black Ops 6 and got an experience that you didn't really like, and now a year later come to find out that it's almost as simple as these developers looking at the state of their game and being like, oh, you know what? We should change that. Let's change this. The player count looks like it's fucking falling off a cliff. Let's do something desperately and quickly to get these people back on board with Call of Duty. Let's reduce skill-based matchmaking. Let's eliminate disbanding lobbies. Let's fix the rotational aim assist. Let's actually address the cheaters and hackers. All of these changes are undoubtedly good, but my question is, why did it take so goddamn fucking long, man? Was it truly because Battlefield 6 has been smacking the dog shit out of these guys? Was it truly because the pre-orders are actually that low that in comparison, BO7 will not sell as well as some of the previous titles? Is it really because the negative reception online from content creators as well as just actual news accounts and people reviewing the game, have they actually been so negative that it has finally forced the developers as well as Activision to start giving a fuck? I mean, it really makes you wonder because, guys, at the end of the day, maybe if this heat was around Black Ops 6, maybe that game would have been improved significantly. And with that being said, to close out this video, this just serves as another reminder as to why feedback and actual critical content is actually important for the Call of Duty ecosystem. I don't give a flying fuck if you hate the way I talk. I don't care if you click off every single video. I don't care if you leave a dislike, if you unsubscribe, if you subscribe just to talk shit in the comment section. None of those things are relevant to the bigger picture, which is that the feedback and the people pushing that feedback, eventually that awareness spreads out to so many people that it leaves developers and the publishers no choice but to actually fix their fucking game. On top of that, there is direct competition from a game that actually does listen to their community, and they don't do any of this weird shit where they just release games back to back, and sometimes we get sequels back to back that don't feel different from the previous game. So of course Activision is looking at this like a situation where they genuinely need to do something, otherwise Call of Duty could seriously be in trouble. But with these changes, as well as some of the previous changes, maybe at the end of the day, this is going to serve as a cushion to soften the blow that is inevitably going to happen to Call of Duty when the game releases in a couple of weeks. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What do you think of these changes coming to Black Ops 7, and who do you think is to be thanked for some of these changes? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body. Hey.